Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, Michael Biss. Hello, Blanca. Hello, Rick Bauer. Hello, Jason Ranek. Kylians, Ala, Anthony Vincent, Bas Malarti, Gabriela. Okay, and I think some other people will come, one after the other people, and we will do today a lesson that will be on fascination, on the techniques of the school, and I will also give you some hints in order to use them. We will maybe do some exercise. It will be a good moment, a good webinar that I hope will help you in order to understand. I will speak about 45 minutes, 40 minutes, 45, and after we will do question. But maybe already during the course, we will let some during the webinar we will let some question and some other moments in which you will ask. I'm happy. I see. I begin, and I think that other people will add during this evening. I give just a moment, a small presentation of myself. I have here. Wait a moment. I have here a small introduction on fascination, the power of the eye, and other techniques. So we will. But before beginning, I will tell you a moment who I am. I think many know already me. In any case, I am Marco Paret, and I have a system that I diffuse all over the world. This is a system where I use fascination, use magnetism, I use mesmerism, I use techniques. I founded a school and I do courses all over the world, Asia, Australia, Europe, America. I was everywhere, and obviously I am online. Why people is interested in it? People is interested in it because we offer something that is very unique in some way, something that permits you to even to gain money. This is how much an hypnotist earns. Here, for example, are some elements that I introduce and of what I speak: fascination, power of the gaze, that will increase your hypnotic results by 50%. Activation of the parasympathetic system, which strengthens immune defenses and which few people mention. The 7 types of trance and a lot of stuff that we will see in a few moments. I will. So I think we can begin our presentation. I am happy to see here also Adrian, okay, Adrian from Romania, and Shaun, okay, we are always more, and fascination. I will tell you my story in order, a little of agenda of what we will cover in today. The agenda of today: introduction to non-verbal hypnosis fascination, my unique method, exploring the mysteries of the non-verbal hypnosis fascination, secret to succeed in your profession, training, key element to succeed, and so on, and connect your life to. It's apparently a sort of stuff, but we will work on it. We will work on it now. First point that I want to speak about. I hope my image is bigger. Okay, I don't know. Okay, now it's bigger. First, first stuff is fascination. I learned fascination. I entered in this world a lot of time ago, and was because I met a friend, and this friend told me, there is somebody that hypnotizes, and this person hypnotizes very, very in a strange way. It hypnotizes just with the gaze. And after he told me, I searched inside the books how it is possible, but I didn't find it. So I met Virgilio. Virgilio was this person that was living in the countryside and practiced fascination. In the words of my friend, he told, I saw him. He was looking at a person. The person went like the face like this, just looking at him. And after he told, Virgilio told him, the cigarette is bad, and the other began to cough, to cough, to cough. And after, and after he went to another person, he even didn't speak, and just asked after, what is your name? And the other answered with another name. And after, when he was woken up, he didn't remember. So this is the introduction. He told me I'm reading NLP, I'm reading other kinds of verbal hypnosis, but I don't find. I found just relaxation hypnosis and so on. So I got in curiosity. Also, he needed me because for some reason he was in some way discussing with Virgilio. So he needed somebody else to learn from him. So I went and I began to learn from Virgilio. And Virgilio he put a lot of attention on the hypnotist. On the working, the first exercise that Virgilio taught me was an exercise about breathing. He told me, you will fill up completely, your lungs fill up completely, and after you will empty. You will feel a little sensation, you stay a little like this. And after, you repeat. After, I learned that this simple exercise, in reality, creates a parasympathetic response. If done well, feeling and emptying well. And on your body. You can do this exercise, obviously, and you can do this exercise. Maybe you have to speak with somebody. You have to meet a client. So you can create in you a little more energy. And after, you will go to speak to your client. After, we had also a lot of other exercises. One of these exercises was the exercise with the gaze. So, using the gaze, he told me, go in front of the mirror and look at yourself and try not to blink. And this is good to have a stronger gaze. And in fact, it was like this. These elements and many other elements will help charisma. I spoke of these first elements because they are at the basis of developing and of cultivating yourself in order to get the best results with fascination and non-verbal hypnosis. Why non-verbal hypnosis? Because we create a state of hypnosis, and the person will enter in a state in which also he is more in contact with himself. In some way, normally non-verbal hypnosis is recovering a state that maybe you had before knowing how to speak, and but you don't remember, but you were very well. And so with non-verbal hypnosis, we get to the body level, and also non-verbal hypnosis will be the door to the supraconscious states. It means states of developing more your awareness. The way of Gurdjieff, the way of Tao, the way of Bon, the way of different tradition. All tradition, every true tradition meet at the top. After Virgilio, I met other people. I met, for example, Erminio di Pisa. Erminio di Pisa was very strong, very intense. He could hypnotize people, just hypnotize, solve neuromuscular problems just with the gaze. These techniques that he used, the techniques of the gaze used by Erminio di Pisa, also I learned. I was really fascinated by the gaze. So I gave you two in reality, I am also teaching you something when I do. I'm not just telling you my history. I'm also telling you some exercise and also some elements. The elements important in the PISA is that you can be very, very fast to get these results. And you can put away, for example, in a few seconds, a lot of problem. I will get a moment my slides that I have still there. I have some video to show you. First, I want to explain something about fascination. Fascination is the power of the gaze, we say, but how this power can be exercised? How can a person feel it? I explained in two exercises to increase charisma. I want also show you very fast this video that I like because I found very interesting to understand the power of the gaze. This girl is looking at me, and she enters in a state of fascination without even noticing it. In reality, she smiled, but in reality, I felt that she was letting go. So I told her, I don't even spoke. She went down, and she down in a position that she hadn't. For the time, she was not an athlete. On the contrary, and she bent so much, the body had become more flexible. And she was amazed by the results and by what happened. So this is in some way you begin to understand how the gaze work, or even like this is a very interesting video. Also, I will show this video. At the moment, I share better. This video, these are videos that you can find on my channel. They are very interesting. And this
our intention can influence others and the universe. We show it now, where we, by our simple intention, by our simple sight, will block the subject on this chair, the one on the right.
Chair. 1, 2, 3.
Try to sit on this.
Yeah. Goes up.
Try to sit on this.
Goes up.
Try to sit on the third.
You will go on the third. Okay. I tell him to go up.
Get up.
And after, I tell to sit him again.
Sit again.
Go up.
Get up.
And he's like blocked without words, because the non-verbal communication is almost incredible. How non-verbal in reality non-verbal hypnosis are also the magnetic passes. But I want to understand that we can the non-verbal behavior a lot much than we think. The gaze will increase of 60% everywhere. When you will look at the gaze, go to the person before and is done without
It's harder.
It's important to understand that because I could have told them you don't come up, but I didn't told them. And the non-verbal communication was influencing. So you begin to understand a little that non-verbal communication can be very strong and that we can create a reaction. These videos you can find on my channel, I repeat. So now I showed you just a small part, but if you want to see the complete video, just go on my YouTube channel, Marco Paret, this in English, and you will find these two videos that I already showed you. Well, it's not easy. We have a lot, so in case you can mail me if you don't find. But we are now explaining some elements, and I have outlined it here always also in this small presentation that I had here. Okay, some elements that we can do with non-verbal hypnosis. Weight loss. I have put here, in reality, I have a specific method. Stop smoking. We have two methods, Campanelli and Di Pisa. Trauma release, the crisis. What is the crisis? A person will put away something that blocks him from a long time. We will see it because many of you work in the field of therapy, and they want to help other people. Adrian Bubu, for example, was from Romania, has invited me to a conference of psychiatrists in Romania in the next future. And what hyperflexibility, 1, 2, 3, I want to show you what is the crisis. You saw some, when I was going, you saw some animals. It's not the case, because in some way, this is a good crisis. This is the guys, and the girl with the guys, she had a reaction, she went in the class. And here we see the reaction. I don't touch her, she reacts. This is the crisis, the reaction. I want to tell you something. You have the impression she suffers, but in reality, she doesn't suffer. She just let go the traumatism of her life. I go a little, excuse me, I went on another video, I come back. Progressively, she will, and the touch, these are with magnetic passes. It means this magnetic passes is not a touching, but going very near the body. And the person will, in any case, feel it. At the end, she will come up, and she's very well. Also, this is a very long video, and she is happy. And after I did also something else for her. So you understand how we can free a person from a problem. This is the crisis. I want to show you something a little interesting, because this was a question that some people had today. They asked me, but can we have just the person like I will show you now. This is Reggiane. Is one of my students. This is good because you see how she's proficient in doing this non-verbal hypnosis. She did first something with magnetism, and the person went in a trance. In this case, she doesn't touch her. She did small touches. She brought this girl deep inside herself. What is interesting that after that she woke her up. This is a crisis, a standing crisis. A person can have a crisis even standing. If you are an hypnotherapist, did you ever had a client crying? This is an emotional, when a client cries, is an emotional discharge. But deeper is a physical discharge. If we have a physical discharge, we have not to speak. And in some way, the person will release all problems, all situation, all a lot of stuff, and after we will be happy. Okay, I put away again these elements, and I continue a little on the slide before. That was about what we wanted to show you. I will show you the slide in some moments. In any case, I hope that you are progressively introduced to fascination. I will give you also just some more advice about crisis. So every point that we touch. Do you have a crisis in your life? Yes, we have. Everybody say, I feel something. Just we are not able, maybe, to have it exit. In bioenergy, it means the works of Lowen, for example, of Reich, they use body to free the person. In some way, this is a good direction. Even Porges, that worked for polyvagal therapy, noticed the necessity of the fact that sometimes we get blocked by many elements in our life. And so that in reality, people should unblock. What does it mean, unblock? There is a natural way of unblocking in the animal world and the human world. This is the crisis. And for you, I just want to say, if you ever feel an emotion and you want to get rid of it, enter in a state of self-hypnosis and let your body move. And this many times will already put away a lot, but you must not verbalize. Because if you verbalize, you will create other entities. You must just let your body work. Because when your body works, in reality, it's like you create a transformation of forces, and you will put out the bad energy, the bad all elements. The crisis is very powerful for to work also for people that doesn't want to verbalize, because we can even not verbalize at all and have a person free himself. I want so you can let yourself free. I gave you another small advice, and I want just to tell you about the three divisions that were observed by Porges, that is a neurologist of USA, in the nervous system. He spoke about the sympathetic nervous, the orthosympathetic nervous system. So when we are in fight and flight, this is the orthosympathetic nervous system. And after, he spoke about the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is connected to slow down or freeze. And we can do a comparison with the car. A car can speed up, orthosympathetic nervous system, or can slow down or block. And this is the parasympathetic nervous system. And exactly as in the car, I told exactly slow down or block or freeze, because even in a car, we have a brake to slow down and a handbrake to block the car. Our body, in some way, has the same elements. So when we have a crisis, we unblock something that had a handbrake inserted. So this is the reason for the crisis. But how is to conduct your car with the handbrake inserted? It's not the best stuff to do. Unblocking will make you a lot better. You will permit you to transform you. So this is the reason why I spoke so much about the crisis. There is also other elements. When you unblock the nervous system, unblock the dorsal, this is the dorsal part normally responsible for the blockage, for the catalepsy. At this point, you will maybe go toward more action or more social engagement. So practically, a person can have in some way more, maybe the person was always stuck and can unstuck himself and become more productive, getting stuff in his life, or also can unblock himself and activate the frontal part. It means the person will go more in having more in some way. Is like we increase social intelligence, because we putting away the blockage will increase social intelligence. So in some way, this work of putting away the blockage can even be very useful for people that should develop this social intelligence, that, for example, people with an autistic syndromes should work in developing their, not intelligence, their emotional connection with the other people, and we can do it with these techniques. I go back on my slide, okay, and I will open. Okay, trauma release, charisma, more impact, you saw before. Secret to succeed in the profession, and the self-hypnosis, see later. Also, secret to succeed in the profession when you work with fascination and magnetism. I had a student that told me the other day, she told me something very interesting, drawing in success. She has so much to work that doesn't have even time business cards. What does it mean? She doesn't do advertising at all. No business cards, no Facebook, no nothing. But when you have, in a world obsessed with advertising, what happens when you work? Your work speaks louder than your promotional efforts. Discover why authenticity and mastery of your craft are the real business cards you'll ever need. If you work well, you get results. If you get results and you have charisma, professionality, this gets transmitted. I want to say this girl, 1 year ago, this woman, I want to say, this woman was working in a completely different sector. She was not working at all in psychology. Maybe she had followed some small course, but and also it is also important. At the beginning, she was just passionate about my techniques. She participated online. She was well participating online. And after she participated offline. It means she went to a course. And after, I remember when she was in this course, she told me, I have begun to work with somebody, but she didn't ask. It was 6-7 months ago. She didn't even ask to be paid. I told her, it's not good. You must be paid because you do a good job. So she asked, and she had even more clients because in some way. And actually, she told me, I don't have even already printed my business cards. I have people all the time. I work all the time. She's paid. In some way, she's she in reality she was really getting results. So what I want to say, this is learning fascination can even be good for you too. succeed because this is a technique that can help a lot. Relationship, non-verbal communication, energetic constellations. I cannot speak here. It's not like family constellations. I will give an outline of the difference in order you to understand. Energetic, we work with every energy inside the person. So we don't work just with father, mother, so on. But the most important, we go to a quantum level. In some way, is a dream. What relationship, all the past that you have, and after you exit the dream. And as you exit the dream, you understand you take more responsibility for your life, you get more results, and so on. And there is a crisis. So energetic constellations is with our techniques because we will have a crisis in it. Supraconscious states. The non-verbal is the pathway to go to the supraconscious because we are in a verbal world. The Buddhists say sometimes, not the Buddhists in general, but there is a Buddhist tradition that say you must kill the sanguinary king, the bloody king. What does it mean, this bloody king? It's the ego. Because the ego, your ego will eat all your energy. And what happens when you put away the ego? You come back to the non-verbal. And after from it, you can work with presence to go to higher level. Going to the non-verbal also is connected to the psychosomatic with magnetism and the power of the parasympathetic. Working with clients that don't want to verbalize, now you begin to understand. Increase emotional intelligence, I spoke already. Autism, I spoke already. Right action with a neuroaction system is also connected to put away blockage. The free rooms. The free rooms is a concept more than and it's because many of you that you are now in this seminar, probably you are practitioner of verbal hypnosis. And you say, how I can fit in my work non-verbal hypnosis. I want to tell you the history of Racanelli, that was an Italian practicing non-verbal techniques. He had 3 rooms in his office. More than an office, was an apartment. So he had 3 rooms. First room, he had was to meet the client. So, hello, how are you? What is your problem? So, was the first contact. Second room, use it in some way words. We can think that it can correspond for you, if you know verbal hypnosis, to the room of verbal hypnosis, or even of covert hypnosis using words. Third room, he didn't speak. In the third room, we had really the miracles. So in some way, you can think yourself as having 3 rooms. Maybe you have already the first room. Maybe you are not practicing at all anything. So you don't have even the first room. But maybe you are maybe a counselor that can give you are between the first and the second room. Maybe you are a coach. You are between normally the first and second room. You do verbal hypnosis. Maybe you stay a little more in the second room. But I don't know how much or how do you stay in the first room. Practicing non-verbal hypnosis, staying also in the third room. And also practicing a little better the first and the second room because you will work with more charisma. So in some way, you can think to have 3 rooms. Some people can ask, but I don't have experience in hypnosis. You can begin non-verbally. I can say you that I have people. Here I see Cavalcanti. I saw 1 minute ago. Is one of my students of Brazil, and he can tell you that I had many students coming there that didn't know anything about hypnosis and began with the non-verbal method and are practicing. So you understand a little bit. I wanted to go back to what I was doing, showing you some videos, and after in some moments I will open. Fascination is based on gaze of presence. Presence. I will, before doing it, I will do an exercise for you because the presence is being aware of our body. But so is one of the most important stuff. Sometimes we forget ourselves. We are so busy thinking to the other person that we forget that we are with the other person. But the other person is looking at us. But we don't know it because we think we are outside us. While in reality, from us comes all the influence of the elements. In reality, putting a little of attention in ourselves, physical attention, will change completely the nature of the interaction. In some way, if we are different, the interaction with the other person will be different. It's like we change the universe. There are many quantistic elements in what we do. Now, obviously, I have limited time, but I can say that in some way, the more we are dense, and the more we dance in the sense that we feel our body, the more in some way, but I will try to give a physiological reason. We go outside our dominating thought and we are more in presence. Presence is a lot connected to the body. The way to presence, and I will try to explain what presence is in order maybe some people don't understand. Maybe you had some moment in which you were very, very good at something. You were very good. These states normally are called the states of flow. There is a check that analyzes the states of flow. And analyzed and discovered that the states of flow are characterized by absence of conflicts in the mind, and so the mind can express its full potential. The only problem is that the states of flow are very limited in the normal human being. Why? Because I told absence of conflict. So, for example, a driver will be in a state of flow if the car is good, a professional pilot, for example, if everybody tell him yes, if everybody is good down, so if the car is well, is clean, and he will be in a state of flow. Presence, but presence is like having the possibility to stay in the state of flow without conditions. You don't, in some way, it's like you exploit fully your potential in many situations. So this, in some ways, the definition could be and why? Because you change, you go on less in your thinking, more in your body, more freedom. Is something also a little physiological that can happen and can give a different results in working with magnetism and can give a different reaction. Yes, Alice asked, it is possible to improve the work of executive function with your techniques? Yes, Alice, this is a good question because it's true that in business, not just in therapy. In therapy, the client will feel, but even if you are a businessman, I have a student now that is for charisma, for example. If you have use presence, you will get more results. I have some question. I think, I had previewed in 2-3 minutes to go to the question, but maybe I will already answer to some of them, and after I will come back. I will just repeat two of the exercise. I will do, before doing to the questions, I will ask you to do something more, always about non-verbal communication. Please put your hands like this. And I want you to notice which thumbs, the right or the left, is up. Probably many of you will tell, I have the right, somebody will have the left. Normally, it is connected to the hemispheres we use. There are lateralities in our body. And if we cross the arms, somebody we can have the left up, somebody the right. Now I feel more the right, probably because there is influenced by the use we have of our brain. Even most of the people are very fixed that sometimes I find that I change. And I change when I put a lot of energy. And now we will do another exercise. First, we did it, and you discover who is the other. If you try to do the contrary, maybe left here, you put the left under the right for me, the right under the left for me, and you do the contrary, you see that is not so easy. Open again the hands. Now close your eyes, as I do, and you will look here, this point. So close your eyes, look a moment at the top of your head. Stay there for listen attentively. Try to look at least at the top of your head. In a moment, I ask you not to open the eyes, neither to keep them closed. So you ask what I do. Neither open, neither keep them closed. You let happen what happens spontaneously. So you don't look up and you just stay. And normally you should discover that your eyes stay closed. You don't do an effort to open, neither an effort to keep closed. In case you open, maybe you listen just a part, you close them again, you look again at the top of your head, you feel your body, and after you do again. But you don't think you have to open, neither to keep them closed. It's interesting this position because you are awake and your eyes are closed. And you can sleep, and you are normally when you sleep, your eyes are closed. When you are awake, your eyes are open. And what is this position? It's like in the morning when you have you wake up and you are still in your bed. You don't want to wake up. Your eyes are closed, but you are awake. Now try to cross your hands in the different position as you did before. Normally, you will notice less lateralization. We are changing lateralization. This other technique that I have taught you now is a technique to change lateralization, and is a door to hypnosis. It's very simple. You can do it with your clients. And you will see that why before was more difficult, and after it is easier to cross the hands in a different position, because we are slightly changing the lateralization of our hemispheres. And this is a door with other element to go in hypnosis, but you can even use, because this is a limited moment now, you can create this state, and after try to relax yourself, try to imagine something that you desire. It's good. It's like a small self-hypnosis. More you will find on my channel. And now I will answer to some questions. I hope to have given you a lot of elements. I spoke about magnetism, I spoke about fascination, we spoke about lateralization, we spoke about the uses of non-verbal techniques, how to put them, many elements that probably you see in my videos that now I think are better explained. Obviously, here time is limited when I am online, for example, in a course or offline. Obviously, sometimes when I have a day, I speak more. But I think already now you have got something. And this is important for me. And now is the moment for questions. So say if you want, you can do, I will just look at the chat a moment. Allora, if we cannot use both hands, can we learn and use hypnosis? Yes, Gabriela, no problem. This is not a problem, and you can do. It is possible to improve the work of executive. Yes, it is possible. If you have some question, you can even do this question vocally. It means you can open for the people that is in this room. So you decided to participate. I think it's good for you to use this occasion. So you will, if you want to ask something, it's up to you. So clear? It's good that I am so clear. I will show you another video in some moments. I will answer before some questions that, in any case, I have that were some time ago. So I will answer now to some questions that are many people. Alice, tell me, Alice Gonzalo, I see a question. Tell me.
Yes, hello. Which technique I can use if I wish to increase the executive functions?
We have different techniques. You can use the light. It means there is a technique that in some way will activate your brain. You use the light. And also self-hypnosis. You can do some self-hypnosis, mixing it, because in some way self-hypnosis can be used to organize yourself. And presence. Presence will be a very, very good technique. In reality, speaking to every technique, I even created a book called The Quantum Coach, explaining a lot of techniques that a person could use. After this book, in reality, is only in Italian, but it's a book where I have called and after about the success for executive for other people, where I have put a lot of techniques about it. I try, in any case, the guys is useful. The presence, already working with the presence, will increase, because normally you disperse yourself in thinking what to do after, what to do before, and you have a lot of anxieties. Working with presence and the guys, you will increase charisma. As life is done from meetings, we will obviously have stronger results. So if you want ever, if somebody wants to work or is working with executives, these executive people, this can be good. There is, this is, I worked with many companies. I want to say, I didn't told before, but I worked with Ferrari. I worked with Deutsche Bank. I worked with Marzotto. I worked with L'Oreal. I worked with Vodafone. Vodafone when in the old Italian branch that had the name Omnitel. So I worked, and these are just some of the companies with which I worked. So I worked with many companies, and I know these techniques can be very useful. Sean Watt. Marco, I've been practicing gaze in front of mirror for 1 year now. My eyes still blink and water. Sean, is not the problem. I will explain you, because this is not just for you, but for many people that sometime I too, I should say, if I did a lot of effort. I remember that at the beginning, when I got the first time 4 minutes, I was happy. I had the 4 minutes. But after, maybe the day after, why? I have 1 day 4 minutes, and the day after I have 2 minutes. So I didn't understand, but I kept practicing. I should say, in theory, you should be regular. 10 minutes. I should say that I was not really regular. Sometimes I practiced it a lot, sometimes I didn't practice, but I got on the long time. It's like in some way running or walking. Maybe even if you don't run every day, but you run with a good schedule, progressively you will become a good runner, even if you don't do everything correctly, etc. And is you will water and your eyes will blink after a while, not immediately. And this is the name that this exercise has in India is Tratak. It means in India there is a similar exercise that has the name Tratak and means looking at a point or in the mirror or so, and try, they do more the point, and try to look at yourself. The fact is that I want to say you, Tratak, the first two letters are T and R, and this is an Indo-European. It comes from an Indo-European root that means is like the English tear. It means so tears. So in some way, it's natural. You water, because in some way after a while you will always water, but you try to go longer, and you will in some way influence your mind. Normally when we blink, it's like we change mind, so it's a question of practice. Obviously, it's like running. Maybe you begin after 1 month, you say, I run, and after 2 kilometers, I feel always that, okay, and what I do? Well, continue running. Progressively, you will have more energy. Don't the overdo and progressive. Don't. If you want the times, I want to tell you that as you arrive to 4 minutes, you can already work Fascination. They are normally I don't. If you look at my videos, you see that many times I get it in less than 10. You can get there in 1 minute, 2 minutes. I have a video. I will show you now a video here. I have. Okay, I go here just to show you. It means this is already, I can even go faster, but for example, the girl of before was the girl of before was in or could be almost immediately. This girl here that I wanted to show, this is interesting because I have a timing. So I look at her. We go in 33 seconds. So if you do in 33 seconds, but in reality, she closed the eyes. Look at here, I don't speak. And at a certain time, okay, she has the eyes still open. Okay, she closed in 15 seconds, she closed the eyes. So in some way, you don't need even 4 minutes when you have exercise. It's true that notice that I don't blink even if she has the eyes closed. And now it's finished because I consider that she was already gone down. So we had this induction in a lot less than 15 seconds. And in reality, you could have 15 seconds. But the fact is 4 minutes, maybe you have the emotion, you are with a person, and after you must have in some way the good techniques, maybe some movement here. This is a part where this is the Broca area, the area of the words, this part near the ear. So in some way we can, doing this movement will speed up the results with the subject. Being present will help us because obviously 15 seconds she was a willing person. So in some way, the more I was present, I am present with a willing person, the shorter will be. This is a reason. Even if the person, don't speak now about willing. Well, let's speak about willing. Willing, you will be present, you will get results faster. Okay, I have not a lot of time for other questions. I hope to have answered to the timing. I hope this will be good in this seminar. I try to be dense. In case I advise you to listen again this seminar. I want to say, if people can come in Rome, we will have next month an international seminar in Rome from 19 to 27, I think, of October. It's an international seminar. It will continue now to the question one of Basma Halarti and the other of Niger Nug. Basma, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Well, tell me, what
My
is your
question, yeah, because I couldn't give eye contact, longer gaze with the client, and some of the client feels uncomfortable. So I changed the method of the gazing. So I tell the client to close their eyes, and I gaze at them while their eyes is closed, and it
Yes.
gives me the same effect as well. And sometimes it's even stronger. They immediately go in trance.
Yes, Basma. In reality, the person feels. Sometimes now I cannot. I show even in some way the person feels the look. Feels. There is a Sheldrake that was an English that wrote a book, The Fact of Being Gazed At. Sheldrake wrote something about the morphic fields and a lot of works. And he observed the fact that people can feel to be looked at from behind. Even Milton Erickson didn't deny it. And Milton Erickson tried to give a scientific explanation. He told that maybe because you see with the side of your eyes somebody that sees that somebody is looking at you. This can be a good explanation if you are in a group. But if you are with a friend and you say, okay, tell me when I look at you, and you are you and the other friend in the room, you will see that your friend many times can tell exactly when you look at him. So people can feel the gaze. So in some ways, like in the gaze, there is a force that is not just the physical one. So Basma is good. Sometimes you can even, if you want, tire the person a little. Even if you don't want to use the gaze, you can have them look at the light. So you have not to look with your eyes. You tell them, look at this light. This in some way is not so strong because it is not personal as the eyes. But in some way we tire a little their conscious mind, think until you look at this light, think, relax, and after close your eyes. And you will see that even that, and after you do as before, you look at him very intensely. You will see that this will add to what you already do. Very good. Niger Nug, see if you want to ask me some question, I will answer to you. You can speak. I don't listen any word. Okay. Mr. Nug, no, he didn't, he's not speaking. Maybe it was an error. Okay, let's come back to us. Alice, when I look into my eyes in the mirror, I often have flashbacks of past memories. Okay, if you have a flashback of past memories, yes, can happen. We can do instant regressions. It means we can bring people instantly in the past. And this happens also through fascination. Okay, now I see we are 9:31. I wanted to do 1 hour, so we did everything. I think we can now close in some way this lesson of today. And Ciao Marco, thank you very much for the meeting and the great level of information. I hope to be able to join the Platinum training. So come also, if you want, know that you can join, I know you saw the Mesmerism online site, but there is a live training we have that is every 2 weeks. We like people can come. If your problem is economical one, know that you can follow my online training. That is a live training where I am there answering to everybody. And we do installment. The important for us, a person want to follow it. It's not the problem. So because you are asking for, and if you can, so to be able, we try to have everybody that can accede to my training online. We had people from every country that came independently of. So we find the way for everybody. We do subscription that can be adapted to them. And can we get into a crisis by oneself? Yes, the person can enter in a crisis by oneself, and I teach it. Kailasan, you can. L'île de la Réunion, okay, you speak French, good. And Kailan, you will have the possibility to have two cows, to have also the French cows, the French cows, the English cows. And I want to say you that you can follow online. For people that is in Europe or that can come or that has the possibility, we have this online with live cows in Rome. Is very good. It will be English spoken, English and Italian spoken, so people can have the possibility to come, to listen and to learn, and it's also a wonderful possibility. Both are interesting. I could say that working at the distance, we have also good results. It means we have people that begins to work to get results with his clients and so on. Basma, for example, she is one of my students, and in reality, she worked with me at the distance, and after she learned progressively, so she began to work at the distance. So, and good, I think, and also I saw before Michael Biss, that is one now is no more, is a student of the distance that work with his client with good success. Okay, I think we have spoken, so I say, Marco, do you have a private consultation? Please write us an email. You can write an email to the email you have from which you get the result. Normally, I do consultation with my students, and normally I believe a lot in the path in transformation, in something global. In any case, I think if you are if you are interested, get in contact personally. I've already did it. We had, I want to say, Gabriela, maybe, we had a little problem in the last week or 10 days with the site. It's 2 days or 3 days that the site is okay. So please, so we have lost some question, but maybe you did it. In any case, we try to always answer to everybody. People contact us to Facebook. We have many sites, 5 sites, to YouTube channel, to email, and sometimes LinkedIn. So sometimes it's difficult to check every possible place. And also we had some problem on the site, on this site, in the first days of September. So please send me again your question, and we'll be very happy to answer. We try to answer to everybody. Okay. Thanks to you can write Easy CNV or the email from which you received this your email. You can answer, or you go marcoparet.com, or I can ask Sassina to write you something. Okay. Thanks to everybody. Hello, Michael. We have finished now, but it was a good webinar, and you can look in our Facebook group, and you will have the possibility to follow it, and we will send you tomorrow the reply to everybody that was here. Okay. Bye. Bye.